Day 3, LOTR Hobbit tournament. Supposedly 60 players. We're just starting to roll in, and it's about 9:30 in the morning, and people are starting to show up, starting to get their stuff on the tables, and going from there. It's going to be a fun day. I'm tired as heck, being up until like 3:30 in the morning last night, and then getting up at 7:30 this morning. I guess that's convention lifestyle, but yeah, it's going to be a great day. I'm going to play lots of different people, hopefully people I've never played before. That way I get to meet new guys, and we'll go from there. So we'll come back later on through the day like I did yesterday. Until then, I thought it'd be a good thing to quickly show off my list actually for the day. It's a variation of what I was playing with Dawn for the doubles tournament, just because we have limited space when we're driving down, 12 hours from Canada with 4 guys in a vehicle. You can only bring so much stuff. So we got some eagles. I have Guajir here, or an eagle that represents Guajir. It's really Radagast on Slay's eagle, but I color him different just to make him stand out, and he has that unique base, so he's going to be representing Guajir. And I got 3 basic great eagles there in the background. Over here is my white council, so a Radagast on Slay, Erestor for re-rolling wounds in combat, and Galadriel, Lady of Light. She's going to be my general. I know she has low defense, but she has a re-rollable fate, and she has high fight with 3 attacks. Hasn't failed me yet, and then if she does get into any dangerous situations, I'll be getting hopefully an eagle in there, or Radagast to renew her if that comes up, anything along those lines. The whole tactics, I guess, is I got none. I really don't. I'm just going to see how this goes. I haven't played this as a list in whole yet, so I know the Eagles will be able to hit the flanks, and Radagast will be able to hit the flanks, and as long as everybody's within 6 inches of Galadriel, they can't be shot, which is pretty good that way. But we'll see how it turns out in the tournament, so we'll come back with round 1. Round 1's began. My opponent over there, is it Joel? Joel, he's bringing his high elves with his general being Elrond. He has Gil-galad in there, then a bunch of Kingsguard, and it looks like a Stormcaster. So I won't have necessarily the best time with it because most of these guys are 5'5", Radagast 5'5", they have Elven Blades. But I'll have fun nonetheless. The Eagles will sort of flank around the sides. Everybody's going to have to resist magic, so that way I can make sure Nature's Wrath doesn't go off. So we'll come back after the match to see how it goes. The end of the first round, it was a 7-0 victory for my army over the High Elves. Basically, he kept on running towards the end of the game, so he couldn't kill them off. Gil-galad and Elrond away from my Eagles. He did manage to kill one of those guys off, but Joel was a great player. Joel, thank you for a great game, dude. Pleasure. And hopefully you get some wins in, you enjoy the rest of your weekend. So we'll come back after lunch with round number 2. Welcome to round number 2 of the GT. I'm here with Wyatt, all the way over there. He is playing some Herodrum against my Eagles, so he has a lot more numbers than I do. It is an objective-based game, so we're already set up and we're ready to go. So Wyatt, best of luck, dude. And then we'll come back after the match. Round 2's done. Another victory here for myself. I had 11 victory points to the 1 for Wyatt. Wyatt, it was a great game, dude. Thank you very much. Hey! Yeah, it was really, the Eagles helped me with this one. I was able to fly in behind his guys. They weren't as mobile. I was able to destroy the objectives on his board, the side of the board for that reason. And it was just, besides that, my Eagles were rolling really hot this game. So I was able to do a lot of hurls, a lot of damage. Galadriel killed off his general first turn, which that got me victory points. And Radagast was holding one flank by himself against a whole bunch of foot models. But that could have also been a bad thing if I didn't get rid of all his raiders that were coming up on the side as well. So, but Panic Steed was great. So dealt with that there. So we'll come back with round number 3 next. Round 3, 2-2 so far. Let's see if I get number 3. I'm playing Tim all the way over here, and it looks like a Mordor list with Mortal Knights and the Witch King on Felby, stuff like that. Basically this round, it's messenger. We got to get the messengers off either side, break your opponent, and keep your messengers alive. You have 5 of them in total. That's how you get your victory points. So we're going to set up, we're going to throw some dice, and may the best man win. Alright guys, it's the end of round 3. Tim and I just had our match. Tim had a great game, had me scared for most of it. Like, we're both Sunday, second day of the GT. Adam here again. Went 3-0 yesterday, hoping to keep that trend up, but we'll see. I don't know who I'm going to be matched up or paired up with today. I know the mission's not my favorite. It's basically holding in the 5 objectives. Then the center one gives you extra 2 points to equal 12. Each objective is worth 2. And then if you have the most might, will, fate, and wounds within the center one, you get additional 2 to equal 12. So I have 7 models. There's 5 objectives. It's going to be really hard for me to get max points. I get that. And so that's going to be it. But I'm going to hopefully break the guy. Going to hopefully have the most. And like, you determine who has the objective by the highest amount of points at that objective. So each of my Eagles will be 90 points worth. Radagast will be 200. Galadriel 125, and so forth. I don't know who I'm being paired up with. We're about to start up. The judges are just getting dressed over there. You know, button up the shirts and everything. And as you can see, they're all around. People are hanging out. People are chatting. Going from there. So we'll come back. Beginning of round number 4. You're a lot taller than I am, though.
Sorry. I don't know if you notice that sometimes on you know, when we're doing the intros on like the hockey game and stuff. No, you
gotta
I'm like
down,
this.
yeah.
I'm like this.
Hey, stay there. I guess we feel taller this way. Beginning of round 4.
Oh yeah.
Matched up with this guy right here.
Tough.
It is going to be tough. You got what? What do you have on your list?
So I've got 15 Rivendell Knights, 2 Rivendell Knight captains. I've got Megalus on horse with all crystal cross, and Saruman on his horse.
Yeah.
So it's
really good.
Really
That's
well.
awesome. I'm surprised that I made it as far as I did with my list. You know, with the Wahir, 3 Eagles, Radagast, Aerestor, and Galadriel, Lady of Light. I didn't think I was going to make it just due to the whole objective base,
some people struggle with double caster. They're not used to there being 2 wizards. That's quite tough for some people to deal with. Yeah. And of course, with your multi-win models, Renew is quite good for you.
That's right. That's why it's kept them around, right?
Exactly.
And
so
Renew keeping they're alive, and that's a key thing. So yeah, it's been really good. James, best of luck. This is going to decide who gets a loss here, and I'm not hoping it's me, no offense. But we both want to win. Gentleman's decision, or gentleman's agreement.
high scoring draw.
Yeah. So high scoring draw, good. So anyhow, we'll come back to see what happens at the end of round number 4. We finished round number 4. That's the look of a victor.
Great game.
It was a good game. Like
2 key moments in that game.
Yeah. One was first round of combat.
Yeah, so the way that we deployed, I had to set up first. I set up 12 inches away. Well, just over 12 inches away from the middle. With my first warband, you kind of set up about 12 inches back from the other. So it was about 24 inches between us. That's right. And you know, obviously the worry for you was even with the blinding light. Was
auto hits on a couple of my key characters.
Yeah, so Galadriel or Radagast, right?
Yeah, and I forgot about your hero, Saruman. I haven't actually faced him a lot in Canada. You don't see a lot of people that. Yes. 18.
He wins that game.
He wins. He won that game. He won that game. Saruman was definitely your victor there. It was the fact that you pulled that eagle up and then surrounded him with Legolas and all the other guys, and heroic struck and combated with the captain and Legolas. And killed him too.
So it was like the perfect first round. Yeah. But at that point, you're looking at it probably. You're probably the same as me. You're looking across and going, "This looks a bit good for James."
Yes, it does. It was. It was, in all honesty, though. I'm going to switch hands.
That happens to me all the time when you're holding the camera and all of a sudden you can feel all the lactic acid going into your delts. You're like, oh.
There we go. Here, I'll move it over close. Hugging. So with that game though, like I was like, okay, you have the numbers, you have the magic as well. So I'm like, okay, it's not like I have something that's going to be beating you per se. And then I think it was just the fact that because it was an objective-based game, I knew I had to kill everybody before jumping off the objectives.
And to be fair, you made a good start on it. So you killed you killed a captain pretty quick.
Yeah.
There was a decent kind of heroic combat.
Yeah.
And there was a couple of panic staves which took away horses of key characters.
Like Legolas and stuff like that.
Hurling to Saruman.
Yeah.
But as you said before, because I had the movement as well, I'd gone round and I had all of the objectives.
That's right.
And then the next key moment was I won a priority.
You won a priority.
Left with Galadriel.
With Galadriel. And you didn't charge anybody into Galadriel, and I made a huge mistake. So I had a captain on 1 might left who was on foot. Yeah.
And I also had Saruman obviously around, which was good for the heroic move off the next turn, right?
Yeah.
And so I fed someone to Radagast.
Yeah, you did.
And I won that fight.
You did. Yeah, you did. You won that fight.
And of course, took the fate off him.
You did, actually. And so what happened there is instead of me sending Galadriel into his captain had might left
to pull it out,
to pull him off of, because he was on he was on the Eagle and Arrestor at the same time.
Yeah, but it was my priority.
It was his priority, so you could choose where he wanted him to go. And so instead of putting Galadriel on him
to pull him away,
yeah, exactly. I put him on a knight that I knew I could beat, and I was like, okay, we'll go from there. And I completely forgot Extra Might, Heroic Strike. Never even thought at first until after it was done. And then you're like, Heroic Strike, trap the Eagle, and I'm like, oh no!
Eagle goes, which
broke me.
You were broken before that.
Nope. You had to break me. I had to have 3 models to be broken.
Oh, was that the last one?
Yeah, Eagle was the last one to break.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
what did I kill? I killed Guahir and 3 Eagles.
That's right. All the Eagles.
poor birdies. Pigeon pie at the end of it, right?
That was it. But you know what? It's understandable because those guys in Radagast.
Then you're in a really tough position because you had 1 might and I had 3. No, sorry, I had 2 left on the board.
Yeah.
And
we rolled a 2 at the end of their game.
End. Yeah.
So yeah, it was a good game. We ended up. You got 12 points, my 0 victory points. So,
but it's one of those that sounds well. Of course, it's really good in the scheme of everything.
Yeah.
But it was closer than that. It was just 2 key moments.
That's right. The victory points don't show how close it is because if I
Radagast was chopping through the knights. That's why I started feeding as soon as he was out of might. I was just like, just get 1 on him.
Absolutely.
That's why I asked you, didn't I?
Yeah.
A monstrous cavalry.
No, and he's not a monstrous cavalry. He's just regular cavalry. It's just the fact that I kept on charging and I had more dice, right? So, but. Yeah, and it was that key last moment that really, really stopped it. It was like, I should have charged the captain and not the knight. Because I knew Galadriel would have been fine. She still had 3 wounds and 3 fate left. And it would have at least kept the game going a little bit longer, right? It would have allowed the Eagle to hopefully roll a 6 and then hurl / rend or whatever.
You fortified Spirit at Eagle as well. So my magic was never going to really be reliable.
Yeah.
So I had at the end of the game, I had 1 will left and 1 in my store.
That's right. And at that point in time, you already tried to immobilize it, and I rolled a 6 to resist. So with Fortify Spirit, so it was good. It was good. It was, and that's what I like. Is like
close.
I should have probably held back. I think if I changed anything, I would have held back. Instead of setting up as far or move back because I had to set up.
You had one. You rolled once to 3. It was to the death deployment.
Yeah, to the death deployment. So I should have moved back further, so that way I could get more fortified spirits off before actually charging in there. Yeah, and that might have helped me a little bit with Saruman and the Eagles.
Yeah, you're going to need to get 4. Probably because you want to get Arrestor as well. So you need 5 turns of being able to do that to sort that force out. Yeah. And in that time.
Yeah, I couldn't do all 5, but I could have done the Eagles. I think.
Risk it because even with the 6s and the auto hit. I would have either got Galadriel
or Radagast.
Or Radagast. Probably maybe Galadriel to get the thing.
And that would have been where I would have went to. So so that's that. It was a good game though. I enjoyed it.
Great game.
So
I feel like you need to send me this clip from my journey vlog.
Or we can do it again.
I don't want to have to talk about it.
We got it right there. And we're waiting.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I will point people to Blackfyre Productions.
I like that. Come check me out, and we'll go from there.
Well, they're here now.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Hi. Hello, friends.
You're right. Yeah. So that would be good. Well, James, it was a pleasure, dude.
That's always
good. I appreciate it.
We played 3 games against each other.
Yeah,
cool.
it was been amazing. It's the camaraderie. These things for me, it's not about winning. I'm not a very competitive guy. I rather play for the enjoyment of the game and the camaraderie. So
none of you are mugs. Yeah. You're there's a good standard in Canada. I mean, that's got to be one of the toughest games I've seen.
Damien and Brock, Drew, I should say.
Yeah.
So
fantastic. Oh, did you call himself Drew?
Well, Andrew is his name, but we for short we call him Drew, right? So it was really, really good. They had a tight game. It was intense right up to the last round. So I don't know exactly what happened, but I was 2 tables down, and I was just like, "What's going on? All the noises that's happening, and the cheering and everything else." And
I think Damien thought he wasn't winning. Until Brock kind of pointed out to him that he was winning. He was and there was a situation where there was 3 orcs with spear support on Saruman. And Saruman rolled a 5 with his 1 dice.
Not good.
And Andrew Brock
didn't
3 or 4 highest, and it was like, ooh.
It's end of the day, it's still a dice game. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
If you don't get those dice, you don't get them. So,
what are you on now? What's your?
I'm on 3-1. So we'll see how
VP score.
Right now it is 29.
29. So it's total VPs in this.
Total VPs, yeah. Okay. So 29 VPs for me. Jamie, what he has 3 wins and a tie, and he now has 19. No, 23 victory.
He's done all of us who are doing all right, yourself included.
Yeah.
He's done all of us a favour because that Felbeast army is horrible.
Yeah. But you know what? I think that Felbeast army, I think I would not
help.
Yeah. As it's going down, I'm like,
it's a sinking ship.
It's a sinking ship. Yeah. So as I put my arm on your knee.
So we roll. It's a community.
Dude, the stories we can tell.
Support your hobby.
Oh, thank you. But yeah, no, it was. It's, you know what? I still, if I get another win, I'll be happy. You know what I mean? Even if I lose, I'll be happy because I had a great time.
It's the dual one.
Yeah, it's a dual one. I only have 2 models that can carry it though.
Let's get your thing out and do some research, right?
Yeah, definitely. Well, it's downstairs. But yeah,
we'll go down.
Yeah, we'll go down. So, all right, guys. Thank you very much for watching. We'll come back round 5 and we'll see how it goes. James,
and happy strategy battle
game. And there you go. Round 5, guys. Up against Andrew over there, another fellow Canadian from the Ontario Strategy Battle Game League. He has Shelob, 3 Felbeast, Knight of Bombard, Dwimmerlake, and the Witch King. Shadow Lord. Against my list, obviously Guahir, 3 Eagles, Radagast on Sleigh, Galadriel, Lady of Light, and Aristor. Basically, we got to get a jewel that one of our jewel bearers will be carrying across to the other side and put it in there. And yeah, that is it. So, we're going to come back after the game, and best of luck, Drew.
Best of luck, Adam.
Let's see what happens. Welcome to the end of round number 5. Andrew here, and his Felbeast, and Shelob, and a whole bunch of orcs. Yeah. What did you think of the round?
Frustrated with the dice rolls. It was rolling really poorly, but you know, it was a great game.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Probably by the first half an hour was very, very tight. A lot of strategic movement. And then things sort of fell apart when I failed 6-for-6 fate saves.
Yeah, on all of his ring race, which sucks.
Yeah.
You know, I was honestly kind of petrified going into the match. I was like, oh no, can I actually do this? And like early on, you killed 2 eagles right off the bat. I was like, all right, well, let's see what happens. And then you start failing your fate saves and everything else. And I was like, yeah, okay, well, here it is. And so it ended up being a 12-0 victory. The mission was unique. You know, you had to throw the jewel on the other side into the volcano or the flames. And then, you know, you had to hold the 2 objectives, or divergent markers, as they were called. Yeah, it was a unique scenario. I've never played something like that before. So, but yeah, so overall, it was a 12-0 victory for myself. Drew, Andrew, thank you very much for playing me.
Not a problem.
I appreciate it. And I guess we're gonna come back and do the final award ceremony and that for everybody.
Yes.
So
final awards.
Stay tuned for that, guys.
Yep.
Yeah. Us Canadians being so friendly. Here's the prizes for the day. And some Grimhammers back there for the 1000th SPG magazine sold. That was here at Nova, so we'll find out who actually receives that. We got the prizes down here. Hold on, not ready yet, Devin. Slow your roll, and that is it. And of course, first place gets Sting. That is sick. I actually meant Orchrist, not Sting. My bad.
This has actually been really tough Nova to run with all these people here. But we are now one of the largest game systems at Nova. And that is awesome. So obviously I'm going to go ahead and wait for all the big prizes you see here. Now just to explain it, the big prizes, these 3, first, second, and third, take their pick in the order of third, second, and first. But before we go to those, let's announce everyone's favorite for good armies. Now some of you didn't actually make the vote on this. There it happens. So we took what we had so far. 4 favorite good armies. we have a Strider statue. And guys, you voted for this. Your favorite good army is Andrew Curtin.
Hell yeah!
You guys apparently love him because he's won this twice in a row now.
With good reason.
Here's the thing. Favorite evil army. Once again, down to a vote. That goes to Thomas Lucci.
Thanks, guys.
Ice guard for the win.
Now we have the trivia game. You are the wisest of Middle-earth. This is no easy task. Winning 4 hard questions from Silmarillion type answers all over the place. You get Gandalf's pipe. Why? Because you are the wisest of Middle-earth. You might as well relax for a second. Seriously. So, here's the thing. Not only do you get that, or actually, no, sorry. Yes, just get that. Wisest of Middle-earth goes to Frank. All right. Next. Actually, hold up. Best painting. As you guys saw, we had a bunch of judges come out. They judged for the best painted army and the best painted single miniature. Here's the thing. I'm going to announce who the runner-ups were. I don't have a certificate or anything like that. I only have it for the winner. But just in case you are interested, for the best painted army, 3rd runner-up, remember there's nothing for this, Thomas Clucci. Next, 2nd runner-up, we have Andrew Curtin. And for the best painted army, we have bases from Generation Shift. You guys might not know of him, but this guy makes awesome display bases. Unpainted because honestly, we couldn't pay anyone to be as good as you. So, that goes to James Clark. So, as far as single miniature, once again, going through the numbers, 3rd runner-up, no prize for this, Tim Hickson. Not here. 2nd place, Thomas Clucci once again. And 1st place, James Clark. We gave him a converted model of Bomber carrying a horn. What? All right. So, now we get into it. SBG magazine. You guys don't know what that is. It's the best magazine Lord of the Rings has for our game. The best. Alright? And they just sold their 1,000th copy of SBG magazine. Is that right? So, Tom Harrison and Damien O'Byrne, creators of the magazine, have awarded this prize to the one who bought that 1,000th magazine. That's Derek Masillo.
That's not it.
Sorry?
That's the magazine. That's the prize. That's the magazine prize.
Come here. I apparently don't know what it is. Go ahead, Derek. Sit down. Yeah. So, wait. Spoilers, someone's going to win this. Yeah, we're giving a copy of the magazine. We did it for the most sporting over the weekend, who we thought were British contingent. There was one guy who had to play 3 of us, and he was an absolute legend in all the games. So Derek, here's a copy. Hey. Yeah, we'll get photographed.
Yeah, and so then the Grim Hammers are for the person here. We just passed the 1000th issue. Someone here bought it, and this is going to the person not based on personality or anything, just who is lucky enough to get the 1000th copy, and that is Andrew Brook. Oh!
Alright, give it to Adam. Give it to Adam. No. You're welcome. You're welcome.
Alright. So, I'm going to go ahead and give this next set of 3 prizes here. What we did was if you got a total of 2 wins, alright, we took the best victory points out of that. Now, if you got 2 wins and ties, you are still in the 2 wins category, but you are higher than those with 2 wins and a loss. With that in mind, I got this Bilbo model painted up for you. And this goes to Paul Watson.
Look at that, right there.
So we're bringing it up the ranks. Faded. Another professionally painted model. This is a 3rd place bracket. And that award goes to Benjamin Erickson. And lastly, we have this Legolas and Gimli model. This is the fellowship right here.
Right here, Adam.
Beautifully painted miniature. For the one who won 4th place and got the most amount of victory points goes to David Clubley.
Oh, wow.
Alright. So, actually, you sir, this, I knew I lost it. Now, I'm going to award the death match winner. The death match, as you guys saw, was the one where you guys guessed who won it, who won between these multiple matches. It turns out 10 of you think alike. So, it kind of breaks it down by victory points after that. I will award that to you. Unfortunately, we didn't just sorted that out. I have to go through the pairings. So I don't have that just ready for you just yet. I will come back in just a moment for that. Let me get to the 2nd place, 3rd place, and GT prize. That's where you're now. Alright? So, for the 3rd place winner, this award, if any of you guys haven't guessed, goes to Damien O'Byrne.
Yeah!
How the he is all 5.
5 and 0. Was there more than was it 3? Must have been.
I went off the scores of songs.
It must have been 3 people or 5 now, maybe.
2 people.
So, my two albums didn't mark that Damien actually had 5 wins. Apologize about that, guys. It's actually a mix-up. The one who actually had third place is James Clark.
Wait, smile.
So I guess Damien Byrne is second place.
He looks happier this time around.
Yeah. You keep going up the ranks. Alright. For our Nova Open Grand Champion. Someone who is just not giving up top spot. It's Tom Harrison. Here's the thing, we feel like spoiling this guy. So, we're giving him this blade that will come in a box and we ship to you.
Unlike the staff.
Alright, so one last thing. You three get to pick one of these display trophies. If you haven't seen these, yes sir. If you haven't seen these, Boromir painted by Flame on Miniatures, Shadow and Flame painted the Necromancer, and 4 Realms of Chaos in Canada painted Gil-galad. These are beautiful models, well above the quality of any like event. So, Tom, take your pick. Gentlemen, James Clark picked Gil-galad, Damien picked the Necromancer, and Tom picked Boromir.
I'm with you.